Wow.
That looks like a 12 gauge.
Wow. Wow.
So I want you guys to see that. A few years ago, I actually did make a post, and I also made another post just reiterating it. It was just a whole different video, but it was just one of those things that came up within it. The reason I brought it up the first time is I was talking about the time back in 2020/2021. I had stayed there for a whole month. I actually was there for 2 weeks. I left and then came back, stayed for a whole month. That time it was during COVID, and no staff was supposed to enter any guest room. But staff did enter my room, and money went missing. Not just money, items, things like that. My big suitcase was left alone, which just mind-boggling and makes no sense. But other things were taken. Some trinkets and gifts that I got from St. Augustine was taken, and of course, money. I did have a picture of that money, not because I'm flash it. You can go on social media. I don't flash my money, but when I have large sums of money, I take pictures, and I keep the receipts, and I just sort of document it as best as I can. And at the time, I had change. There was some change. What I mean by change, I'm talking about those loose 20s, 10s, and legit change. And it was at least, I want to say at least $1,000 worth of loose change. But on top of that, I had two straps. What I call straps are, the $5,000 bundles. So I had two of those, but one of those $5,000 bundles, I actually took $200 to $300 out of it. So it was basically $10,000, just $200 to $300 off of that, plus the additional about $1,000 and about or a little over $1,000 in loose change, meaning ones, tens, fives, 20s, things that I broke hundreds with. They went in there, they stole that bag that had a whole bunch of money in it. Before this occurred, I was already there for a few weeks. I did notify them that the safe wasn't working. I notified them that I was having issues with the TV getting channels, but I rarely was in my room anyways, but it still would have been nice because I like watching TV, like going to sleep. But also the shower was leaking. I notified them of everything. They told me, someone can probably come look at the shower since I was a different type of thing. But again, I can't be in the room because staff is not allowed in the room, blah, 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 right? So that's what happened there. Just a little backdrop. And within that, I talked about some incidences, and I was sharing things with people. Now, I've been to the Hardrock before. I stayed little pieces and bits of time. But staying there a month straight, I realized how dangerous this place is. It's not for families. It's not for little kids. It's not even for adults. When I stayed there was someone that was stabbed in the elevator. And the funny thing is, it's not funny, but there was a Cuban guy walking around the hotel with this big long knife that he hid in his under his sleeve. I seen a dude walking towards someone. I don't know if it's the same guy that may have gotten stabbed or the same person doing the stabbing, but I seen that dude, and I actually reported that because it was a big long ass knife. Nothing happened. Didn't even get a call back. But long story short, someone got stabbed in the elevator, and then there was two instances where someone got shot in one of the parking garages, and there was another instance where someone else got shot in the parking garage. There was a lot more that went on. There was a whole bunch of fights, and there was more death involved and other things, just all in 1 month. It was not on the news because, again, this is tribal land. They can sort of suffocate most of that from getting out. I used the wrong term there, but you guys know what I mean. So I want you guys to watch that and just listen to it, because yes, this is something that happens there quite often. People literally get shot People literally commit suicide there, and it's not talked about at all. Again, it's tribal land. They can do whatever they want. They can hide it from the media as best as they can, and most of the time they do. So there's my story, and I'm glad this person posted it because, again, this place is very dangerous. So if you go there, just be careful. The sex trafficking there is off the charts. Uh, it took me a week to really realize what was going on. I guess I was still naive to a lot of things, and I just didn't focus and pay attention. I was there to make money, but also, have a good time, travel the area, visit, different places, and things like that. Just get out, because things finally started sort of opening back up a little bit around that time. But there you have it, folks. Dangerous place.